What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis Gemz.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe. Yes. And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. What they do. How y'all doing out there, Aces and Jewels? Yeah, we back with another one today. As you can see, I done brought a special guest on, my boy Chan. Don't be looking around, man. That's you, bro.
That's me.
That's
how y'all
you,
doing?
man.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, so we brought him on that ace, one of our aces in our cars. You feel me? So today we're going to talk about what we talking about today, Chan?
We doing a little
reaction. Yeah, we're going to do a reaction to the baby daddy saga with the mom.
Yeah.
And we're just going to give our interpretation. But before we go there, let's introduce Channing. Channing is like, I grew up with him, actually. You know what I'm saying? He one of the many aces I knew throughout my life. He was actually a hustler. I remember he used to sell some candy. You used to go to the dollar store and get the whatnots and sell those as well. So I remember you used to be the candy, well, not the candy man or the candy boy. What they'll call it?
Man, call me the hustle man, man. Okay. Don't matter what it is.
Right.
Everything
you
got
used
a price.
To get it, bro. Yeah. So we grew up throughout life just sharing ideas, hanging out, chilling, have some funny stories, some recaps that, you know, that actually helped me to become the man that I am today, even like with his old boy and some of the other friends' old boys and old girls too. So yeah, we're gonna get it started. You want to say anything? Like, introduce yourself. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna just introduce you. Introduce yourself, bro.
How y'all doing? My name Channing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Pisces.
Oh Lord.
Nah, I'm playing. I am a Pisces though, but
right.
Nah, I'm a hustler, as you say. Been a hustler, born a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
Texas born, Florida raised, so you know you get best of both sides.
Right. Oh, Texas is fun, by the way.
Yeah. Nah, but if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
Right. So yeah, we're gonna get it started with the baby daddy saga.
Look, y'all. Every day my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't get my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, what's that my problem?
Then if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings?
Lisa,
them are his siblings
Lisa,
though.
He's
not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car.
No.
I feel
He's
you.
not finna eat that at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I gotta dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them.
Silent.
You had them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
Three kids that ain't mine. Three kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
do I look like? I bring-
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy.
I'm a good daddy.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one fucking piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that shit. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had one or two, I can maybe. You got it's three extra kids. What the you all like go to my motherfucking account, spend money on all those kids. They're not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my so that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't.
where's
No,
the-
I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th.
Your babies.
Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, if you feel like a feel away about eating, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him down
room.
to the car. He ain't even got any front of his brothers and sisters. He come right out to the car and eat with me.
No, no. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here.
You sound stupid.
Dumb. He ain't eating this. You.
Why don't you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Stupid. Selfish as a. Like, you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that shit. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid. Thought I was finna take that shit today. Yeah, I had another thing for him today. No, he can't take it today.
All right, so we're back. So as you can see, it was a lot to interpret, right? A lot to take in. And as for me, I'm for the guy that did what he did. I'm for that baby daddy. You feel me?
Facts.
You feel me? So I don't agree with taking care of someone else's kids, especially if the dad can be present in that child's life. I believe that I would actually, what I would do to not cause friction between the other kids is actually pick my child up and take him to go get something to eat, rather than come there and let him eat in front, because that's kind of builds up envy. You get what I'm saying, with the other jets or the other youngins. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, I would not, as the mom, I don't believe she should have put that burden on that man that will do right. You get what I'm saying? And most women do that. They, instead of going hounding the other baby daddies, hey, you need to be doing what this baby daddy does. You go and get the good one that is there, and you tear him down for not doing what the other ones were not doing. You get what I'm saying? So going, yeah, I'm listening.
What I feel, what that ends up doing is pushing that good one away, same way how them other ones stopped doing for their kids.
Okay.
How you know they didn't go through this same
Facts.
thing.
Facts.
Yeah, man, she was wrong from jump, man. She came downstairs with the on the BS, like,
Facts.
yeah, I'm gonna put them on live. That's the world we living in today. If it ain't on social media, it ain't happening. But
Wow.
she say she gonna show that he a bad father, but he taking care of his responsibilities. So
I'm gonna get that logic.
she started losing the battle from the moment that she popped off.
Right.
That's how I seen it.
Right. What else you got, bro? Cause you had some bangers.
Man, look,
It's a lot to take in, man, as a dad.
Listen, I know as me as a father, my son, he called me for food. He ordered a pizza. And I know he could eat a whole pizza, but he ordered a pizza to share amongst them. As a father, yeah, he could have went on ahead and called the moms. But you can see from that video that wasn't happening.
Right.
Let me pick my son up. I'm gonna bring him to get something to eat. She already on the, well, if you ain't gonna pick up the rest of the kids, he can't go.
Hey, come on, man. You can't do that. Because then let's take it a little deeper. Let's talk about clothing. You know what I'm saying? Trips. You get what I'm saying? Right. Spending the time. You know, if I want to pick up my child, this is mine. And I know that for a fact. So why am I giving my precious hard-earned money like he mentioned? So you want me to go in my bank and then offer to the other kids? That's not fair. What about the other baby daddies?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I didn't lay with you and had all of them. I only had one. Oh, but you knew what it was. No, I did not. You probably lied. You probably convinced me. You probably manipulated me. I told you I didn't want it and you still had it. So I step up to the plate and take care of my responsibility. You feel me?
But see, that's why I don't know their background. Yeah, I don't know, is this the last kid she had that he bringing the food to? Is this a middle child? Mm-hmm. Was this the firstborn, the lastborn? So it's like, either way it go, it doesn't matter. You got multiple kids. She had one before he was there. So was he take care of them kids while he was playing daddy? Mm-hmm. So it's like you get them accustomed to a certain thing. So if he was buying them food beforehand, that's what she expecting. Why stop now that you got a child? You just gonna stop doing for the other. But before, when we was together, they was daddy this, daddy that, and you was playing that role. So now all of a sudden you got a child, we didn't work out. Now it's like,
yeah, but then that goes back to putting that same responsibility of the other dad onto this particular.
Right. Mm-hmm. But that's why I say it's I back him 100% right. Because listen, I could tell that was growth right there. Like, right. She threw that man hard-earned money on the floor, on the ground, splat.
And so then now, instead of being wiser, hey, see what the son does. Because sometimes the kid will see that their siblings don't have no food, so they'll share the burger.
Yeah.
You know, so now you just mess it up all for all the kids because of your feelings towards the dad. Right. You get what I'm saying? So you, at the end of the day, you really not even thinking about the child. You really thinking about
food stamps.
Come on, man. It hasn't dropped. It's not the 11. Come on, man. Why you not getting up to go to work to make sure all your kids are eating too? Just saying. Why you got to wait till the 11 for food stamps knowing that they hungry? You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot to take in from that. And I mean, when I first saw it, I really felt some type of way.
Listen, that hit me right here.
I bet it did. You feel me? So, yeah.
What killed me was when she kept saying, those his siblings. Mm-hmm. He's not going to eat in front of his siblings. And then the father went on ahead and said, well, you can send him downstairs with me and he can eat in the car with me because I still got my food in the car.
Right, or in the room. Mm-hmm.
Well, her sending him to the room to go eat, I don't feel that's right. Because
I agree.
That's isolation, and that's really making the other kids feel like, hey, why did he get McDonald's and I like? Right. So I wouldn't agree with that. Now she could have just took the burger upstairs and cut it into 4 pieces.
That's what I believe.
You get a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece, like that.
And just show them how to share. You get what I'm saying?
Nobody still would have been full, right. But at that point, at least they had something in their stomach.
Exactly, because that's what it's about.
She should have went in the kitchen as a woman. You know, because grandma back in the days, it don't matter. You can have lettuce, ketchup, and some hot dogs. She gonna make you a gourmet meal.
What?
Like what?
Let's make it happen, Captain.
But yeah, but that sound like a lot of hurt. I don't know. Maybe he the last baby daddy.
Right.
She finally got one right, and she's starting to see her mistakes. But I could tell the man he been through a lot, and he a good dude because he held his composure. He ain't raised his voice. Mm-hmm. He making jokes. Mm-hmm. And he walked away.
Right.
He ain't jump bad at her. He ain't like, yo, just this, that, da. Now, if he's smart, he'll be heading to the courthouse.
Right.
To go on ahead and set up that date. Like, yeah, let me get custody.
Yep.
Let me get 50-50, whatever he got to do. Now, if he's not doing that, then honestly, he's not doing nothing. Everything that he's doing is...
irrelevant or in vain. Yeah, so even taking it to court, and that would have been his proof that she's ineligible to take care of her child.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I would have.
But in the courts, that's not enough.
Even though there's a video to shame him, but I really think it's reflective of her. You get what I'm saying? How bad of a mom she is in that context.
But see, that's what I say. In that context, it's just, they ain't eat today. They didn't eat for that second. So it's like, they not saying, they ain't eat for 2 weeks. They ain't eat for a month, So you can't really say like she's an unfit parent.
Well, the reason for saying that was because he said that he comes there every other day, brings food there every other day. Right. That's what he says, right? So then it's like, come on, if the dad has to constantly bring food, okay. So for example, let's say your son's mom has him for the week, right? So let's say the week consists of 5 days and you get him on the weekend. So you're telling me the 2 days I have him on the weekend, right? You feed him. But every other day, so it's 5 days in a week. So you got to come Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and still feed him because it's every other day. You get what I'm saying? So 2 days.
Is it that he's coming because the child is calling him, or is it that's just what he do? Like, hey, I drop off this for my son.
According to, I'm going based upon how he's saying it and versus what she is saying. My food stamp hasn't dropped for me to feed my kids, right? Then he's saying, well, since he's hungry, I'm bringing him food, right? So that means there is someone is not eating, and then someone is not doing their part to make sure that their kids eat. Where the other kids will feel some type of way because now I'm hungry, but the dad only bringing food for that sibling. You get what I'm saying? So then it sounds to me that it is she feels she hasn't done her obligation. She hasn't fulfilled her obligation as a mom. That's why I say it's kind of reflective back on her to show that you shouldn't even made a video if the dad had to come and bring food and he's bringing food every other day.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you really embarrassing yourself.
That's why I said she lost the battle before it even started. Like
when she came downstairs,
the moment that you started recording, you're recording because the father of your child is bringing his son food.
And to me, that's good. That's a great thing.
Nah, again, she would have talked to him a little better, maybe discuss, hey, next time you bring him food, maybe can you
consider, I agree.
Hey, instead of buying a 5-piece nugget, can you think you got $5 to upgrade it to a 20-piece nuggets and a large and, make it work. But
I agree with that, bro.
Going on ahead and just outright, hey, I got 3 other kids. And me too. I need at least 5 meals.
And then I'm gonna say this too. Let's say, like, because you brought up the example, probably when they were dealing with each other, he did step up to the plate, right? And then this is what happens in relationships too. Women feel like because the guy that they're dating is a part of their life and they should take care of the whole house, that now he's obligated to do or handle the responsibility of the child. And I'm going to say this, I don't agree to the fullest extent. I shouldn't have to go above and beyond what the dad's supposed to be actually doing, but I should do the bare minimum. But go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there.
You talking about, if you speaking with a woman who has a child already, right?
Right.
Okay. That's a combo package.
Right.
If you talking to a woman who has a child, it's you taking on that child as well. That child is not yours. Okay. Regardless if you're there for 90 days, 60 days, a year.
Yeah.
That child is yours. Even after you leave, depending on the bond that you have with that child, it's a thin line for you. That why you got to be, before you talk to somebody with a child, you got to be sure, like, is this something that you want? But I feel if you talking to somebody with a child, regardless if it's yours or not, take care of that child. Especially if you don't see that the father's in there or the mother's in there, it's a void in that child's life. Right. So somebody has to fill it.
Right. So and I do agree. You get what I'm saying? But I agree to a certain extent.
Right.
Because I believe in taking care. So if, like, I will not buy food just for my child if I'm, being in a relationship.
And she has a child.
You get what I'm saying? And she has a child. If I go shopping, I'm buying the child as well, some clothes.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not that you going there intentionally to buy him some clothes, but I mean, if you see something that he might like.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. So now I'm with the individual. So I'm going to do, that's why I say the bare minimum.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure they got a roof over their head, clothes on their back, shoes on their feet, even leisure. You get what I'm saying? Right. So, but the thing is, let's say, because it goes a little bit deeper. Let's say if it's some emotional tolls because they're not able to see their dad, and then that child acts a certain way towards you because you're not their dad, because some jits are like that. You're not my dad. You get what I'm saying? So then you have to be careful how you handle another man's child, especially emotionally. You get what I'm saying? So go ahead.
I get that. You feel me? You can't really put your hands on another man's child, but you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. You are now part of this young man's village. Right. So if he's lashing out on you, you got to help him see, like, you're not the problem.
Right. Right.
You could go on ahead and try to come up with a solution. If it's contact his old boy. I know, nigga ain't no out here fuck nigga this, excuse my language. And all that. But as a man, contacts his father. Hey, your son, this, that, da, da, da. I know you may not want to deal with the baby mom because as this video, I see how it is. But let's set something up, you feel me? Because he needs you. I don't care if it's a weekend, a day, meet him at the park, but you organize something just to try to help him fill that void. But that's helping both sides.
Right.
That's helping the child and might be mending the relationship between
the child and the father. Now, what ends up happening, what can happen, it doesn't end up happening, but what can happen is a discord. What type of man is to check another man about doing what he's supposed to do? Wait. Because I know you finna go in, but I'm just throwing it out there so we can just, talk about it. But let's say, because you have it where dads do not want other men to check them about their child. They feel what they're doing for their child is good enough, because I was faced with that dynamic several times dealing with women that had kids, different girls that had kids. One dad literally was like, oh, just make sure he doesn't say he doesn't call the next man dad. And I'm looking at her like, I would never do that. You get what I'm saying? It's like certain stipulations. So if you have all these demands, why not step up to the plate and take care of your child?
Right.
If you are getting your child, why are you asking for diapers? Why not supply the diapers? You get what I'm saying? So don't tell me what to do when I'm doing, right? And you're not filling the void in the shoes. You get what I'm saying? So if I do come to you, it's on, some respect type for the child. But if you can't even get along with the mom, when it comes down to the child, it's like why even go through that avenue? Not saying you cannot, because I have had a connection, not a connection, but a conversation with another man about a child. You get what I'm saying? And it's possible, but not all men function like that, where they're mature enough to handle that type of conversation from another man. Hey bro, your child not up to par with this, that, and the third. And then some guys, they literally say, well, you got a boyfriend, he can handle that. well, hold on, time out. You supposed to be handling whatever on a weekly basis because this is your child. That's why I feel like sometimes it's difficult to date a mom that has kids, especially when there's no ordinance. There's no, no order with that type of relationship or in that dynamic.
It is difficult to date somebody with a child.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a different mindset because you got to be willing to go above. Because as a stepdaddy, they say stepdaddies is better than the regular daddies.
That's crazy though.
Hey, don't ask me. I don't. Hey,
you ain't make it up, right?
Hey, I'm still here.
Right.
I don't know what a stepdaddy is. Yeah, it is difficult to date a woman with a child because they say stepdaddies is better than daddies. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is because I feel they step to the plate.
Yep.
When you have some dads that will still be standing in the dugout like, I want to do it, but I can't deal with the mama.
Right.
That's why I say, as a man, if you her boyfriend and she got a child and you feel like you carrying the load, just reach out. I'm not saying check the dude, but see like, hey, what's going on? Why you ain't...
See, that right there is the issue.
Like you could...
yeah, I get it.
Not too much like, yo, hey, your son needs you, this, that, da, because half the time it be... The mom done did this or said this or in the video pushed him away to the point where it's to the point. I know it's sad, but hey, you think you could do it by yourself? Do it by yourself because nothing that I'm doing seems like it's
working.
Enough.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be one. I'm not saying that's all the cases, but
right.
If you dating somebody with a child, you gotta assume that.
Right.
If you see him in the streets living his best life, you got the kid with you. Hey, what's going on? Now you see how he act in the street, then you know what type of guy he is.
Right.
But if he like, hey, going on. You got them guys out there. I ain't gonna say we all good now, but
yeah, no doubt.
Sometimes you just gotta be the bigger man.
Right.
And try to mend that because every child needs their father.
Every child.
They talk a lot about us not being there, but some of y'all favorite Disney movies. I was talking about this with a friend not too long ago. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all favorite Disney movies only have single fathers in there.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
But we don't get no credit.
None.
The good ones always blend in with the bad ones, and we just get
lost in the sauce.
Lost in the sauce. Lost in the
sauce, bro. Yeah. So I'm gonna just say this, because you had mentioned about like not checking the dad, but just having that conversation. And I feel like having the conversation should not be my conversation. Right.
Well, that's why I say as a man, because you don't know their relationship. They could have been like in the video, you got that person, like I could speak on experience. Me and my child's mom, we could never hold a conversation like it's an argument. It's always something you not doing. Like I'm not trying to call you to see what I'm not doing. I'm trying to call you to see how can we fix something.
Right. But see, that dynamic is different than other dynamics. Right. Because I have been a part of dynamics where the dad wasn't hearing that. He want to go on some gangster stuff based up just because he hasn't did what he was supposed to do. And whatever he assumed I was doing wasn't what he was in agreement with, and I ain't even do it. He was on some little boy stuff. You get what I'm saying? So like, and I will refer to your dynamic. You was trying to do the best thing. Right. But then let's say the mom was being difficult, right? Mm-hmm. That's different. I never met a guy in a dynamic with a girl that he wanted to take his kids and she fought with him about taking his kids. I never been a part of that. The women that I have dealt with, the women was trying to get
and the guy was pulling away.
Exactly. Running, not pulling. He was sprinting, bro. He was not even looking back, bro. You feel me? So
but okay, does that come down to she was messing around with multiple people. He think the baby not there.
Bro. Nah. Cause these guys, these children looks like the dad. You get what I'm saying?
Like it's no denying. Like I got your ears.
And when people would see, let's say, the baby pictures, because you know you go through these conversations with the woman, you see the baby pictures of the dad and look at the daughter, they look identical, bro. Okay. You couldn't deny it, even if you wanted to. It's just that the dad was running away.
Well, as I said, every dad not a good dad. Everybody's not meant to be a parent.
Right. So in that, I just believe that every dynamic will not be the same.
True.
Right. And I think it's dependent on the maturity of both adults, because I did meet one girl out of the several girls I have met where the dad literally took care of the child, like picked up the child. I think it was Friday from school, and then dropped the child off Monday to school. And that was a continuous thing every single weekend. And anything she needed, they were only talking about the child. Like, she would say, hey, I need, she needs, a pencil, this special pencil or a pad for an assignment, or she need this. He'd be like, all right, I'll just bring it to the school. She'll have it next week. You know what I'm saying? So he already, but that's one. You get what I'm saying? And let's say I was just dating 10 girls throughout my life, and then it's like, how come more dads are not stepping up to the plate, to do their job? And then when the guy is, we don't acknowledge. That's one of the things that you brought out. Right. So you do have the mixture, and the ones that are good should not get lost in the sauce. The ones that are good, you should applaud them. That's why when it comes down to the video, it should have been hey, listen, I understand you love your son or your daughter, you love your baby, but he has siblings, she has siblings. Now can we work out something between this time? Like, I always run out of groceries on the 5th. I got 6 most days before the next, lump sum of money drop. Can we work out something in the meantime, and I'll give something back in return? Like, I'll make sure you have some groceries to substitute for the ones that you do for the kids. Right. Now, that would have been a mature way. And why do we always want to expose these guys that are good and make them seem like they're bad, and instead of highlighting the fact that these dads are stepping up to the plate, the ones that do? Now, let's go example with you, right? And I'm just throwing this out there. You're a great dad, right? But then they only highlight the wrong that you do, because you may have made a mistake and was late to pick up your baby at school, and they happened because you was running by, you ran out of schedule. You a hustler, you feel me? You running and doing this and that. And then it's not that you wasn't going to do it, right? It's just the fact that you just ran behind schedule. But then they highlight, he's no good because he don't pick up the child on time. But did he pick up the child? Did you pick up your child? Yes, you did. You get what I'm saying? So why do women, and I wouldn't even say all women, I say a particular group of women, right? They feel as though it's great to highlight the wrong and never highlight the good. They don't even want to acknowledge Father's Day. Oh, he's a deadbeat. And they don't even know what a deadbeat is. Their dad was a deadbeat. I'm going to drop a gem for myself. They dad was a deadbeat. So every other man in their life is a deadbeat.
I feel a lot of the problems is a lot of these women was raised without their dad.
I agree, bro.
I believe that it's a lot of broken homes that's trying to get fixed. Mm-hmm. And you would think if you coming from a broken home that you wouldn't want your child to raised up in the same thing, regardless if y'all still in a relationship or not. You'll want the best communication, you want to put your best foot forward.
Facts.
So, and I say that like to say, if you know the mom is at the house doing extra schoolwork with the kid, you should be at your house whenever it's your time doing extra schoolwork. She's short on cash. I have to say, moms don't get it. They don't get no days off. They gotta be.
I agree.
they're 24/7. Now they do got some deadbeat moms.
I agree.
They do got some deadbeat moms.
Yes.
Some good grandmas, but they don't make grandmas how they used to. So
none at all.
They don't want to watch them badass 4 kids that y'all got to run around the crib.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Facts, bro.
But y'all gotta it's a communication. That's the biggest thing with the kids and the baby daddies and the baby mamas. It's the lack of communication. It's more of a competition. Oh, you not doing this. Oh, you lack here. But as you said, but what am I doing? You keep showcasing what I'm not doing, but look at everything else I do for you. You called me last week because you were short on gas. Didn't I give you gas money? You called me last week because the kids needed food. I bought food for them last week. That mean because I helped you out last week, I got to do it every week? No.
That's not.
I'm not obligated for that.
Exactly.
My obligation is my child. I understand he got siblings. I mean, you could have went on ahead and said, "Can you, instead of spending $10 at McDonald's, can you buy me some ground beef and spaghetti?"
Facts.
You know, it's different ways that you could have did that besides her recording, because that's not gonna make the situation better.
Yep.
Now you got the world in your situation.
Right. Oh, that's so and so baby daddy. Oh, I know exactly who that is. Girl, why would you do that? But then crazy. Let me say this: the girls ain't doing the chat. Let's
talking about like the homegirl checking the homegirl.
Yeah,
like, hey,
you get what I'm saying?
Why you did that? Nah, they
not
wrapping
doing
it up
that.
on that city girl shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they in cahoots with each other. Oh, girl, you should have said this. Oh, girl, you should have said that. But no friend has reasoning. Like the accountability partner. Like if you and I are friends, I should hold you accountable, right, as well as you hold me accountable.
Somebody should have called her like, yo, they seen the live before it started. Like, hey, man,
you tripping. Take that down. Yeah.
You know, not after the live, but before the live. You should have been at the house like, hey, come on, let's go. You said the kids what? Hungry? Come on.
As a friend. You get what I'm saying? Did you step up as a friend to even, hey, you know what I'm saying? Make sure make sure the kids eat. It's all right, girl. Don't even do that. Let's do it. Let's go about it this way. And that's the thing. The direction is just, it's so much toxicity out here in this world, bro, where everything has to be geared off of negative. You know what I'm saying? And to make him look in that light, like his light is dim, is not. Nah, I think he stepped up to the plate and did exactly what he was supposed to do. Yeah, and that's how I look at it.
He get it down for me. I'm telling you.
No doubt.
Listen,
no doubt.
That was me. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't that cool, calm, and collected as I look. Like I would have spazzed.
Facts.
I would have spazzed.
Facts.
Because now it's not even a point that you just threw the food that I paid for. Now my mind thinking about my child.
He's not finna eat.
Now my child really not finna eat because of your
immaturity.
And that's what kills me, you feel me? Because I'm all for the kids, like Martin said, man. Channing love the kids.
Right. Right.
So for you doing that, you couldn't put your emotions and your pride to the side and come up with a different way to
a different solution.
Cause you the woman in the situation.
Come on, man. And you got the kids.
You got supposed to be nurturing.
Come on.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah. So
that's a touchy subject for me. I'm telling
you.
Throw my food, throw my burger.
My burger that I got for my child with my hard-earned money.
His favorite burger, what he likes.
Come on, man. And then, since you said it like that, you just triggered something. Now the child will look at the mom crazy. Even though he would, and it starts to build over time. It never happens right then. When the child gets of age and they really realize what their mom did do, and like, oh, bro, your mom did this to your dad, and it may not, it's planting seeds as he's growing. You get what I'm saying? And so now you don't know how it's going to turn out. Well, my dad was trying to do for me, but you didn't allow it. Yeah, and now he can grow animosity towards, and that's what I explain kind of on this channel, is that you got to be careful what you do now, because you'll never know what's going to happen later. yeah, the child is small, right? But when the child get of age and they start really thinking for themselves and understanding the dynamic, oh, mom, you was the reason. You get what I'm saying? And then from that, I'm going to let you go. Mm-hmm. Then from that, they start to resent their mom. And then when the mom really need them, mom ain't finna help you. But they not going to say that. They're going to show it. And I think that's more damaging and more harmful for the child upbringing, built. And you got to be careful of that. So
first off, man, these kids nowadays built different. They not built like us, man. Us 80s, 70s, 90s babies. Mm-hmm. Woo, these kids built different. But the whole resentment thing, like, I can't really say that they gonna resent the other parent or whatnot, whoever's at wrong, mm-hmm. because by the time they actually find out and see things for themselves, 9 out of 10 they already grown. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're not gonna really too much have that much resentment for that person, because it's like your mindset, like me, what's done is done. I mean, it's in the past. The only thing I could do is repair the future. See,
you're mature, right? To when it comes down to that. But let's go a little bit deeper. You have people that's addicted to drugs. Mm-hmm. Let's say they're addicted to like painkillers and stuff like that. The medication, as well as drinking, and they get into rehab. And I was close to someone that was in rehab, and they started beginning to tell their story, right? And he was explaining to me that they was always telling about how their mom didn't love them, or their dad didn't love them, or they wasn't treated right, or they wasn't paid attention to. And so that's when they end up indulging into those illicit activities, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I say the resentment, because they started to resent their parents. Now I'm going to take it somewhere else. Also doing death, because of what I do, you have a lot of kids when they get older and now they are responsible to take care of the parents. They don't. They go put them in a home. Mm. Oh, you didn't take care of me, so I'm not going to take care of you. And that's why I believe that you have to be careful what you instill into the child, because literally we have cases where individuals do not care about their loved one. They can rock as all I can care. That's what they would say. They can rock. It doesn't matter, because they didn't do for me like I believe, like I'm doing for my own child. You get what I'm saying? So it gets that deep, and I know some people probably don't know that side of the spectrum, but that's a reality.
Yeah, I forgot about that side.
So that's why I say with the resentment, and I bring a different perspective because of, what I do. But I come into contact with certain people and they begin to like say their testimony and stuff like that and tell why they basically rebel, right. And what they did, like they end up like this because of that. It's always a cause and effect. Some kids, like you and I, we can get over certain things. Right. I didn't have my biological dad in my life. He literally lived around the corner. We found out years later when he was walking. You feel me? So it's like, Daddy? Yeah, right. You get what I'm saying? So, I knew to get over it, move past it, and just move on with my life. And from there, that's how some people may deal with it. Some people, they may see their parents do something and they dog them out. I can't believe you did this. You did this to my mom, or you did this to my dad, and da-da-da-da. And they can never get over it. So they end up spiraling out of control. Then
it all depends on how old they is and everything. It's a sense of maturity when stuff goes on. But as I said, when you're a child,
that's different.
It's stuff that's being planted in that child's head that may not be accurate.
Okay.
You only hearing that one side of the story. Oh, your daddy did this, your daddy do that. But what did you do, mommy?
Right.
I was just taking you out of school. I came home and he just... No, that's not how it went down.
That's not how it
went down. So that's why I say before they really start having that resentment, they actually have to have that maturity to sit down and go talk to that parent to feel like, hey, you know, if they have a relationship with them or not, like, hey, what happened back then? What happened back in the day? Like, my son asks me all the time, why you and mommy ain't work out? When you get older, son, I'll tell you.
Right.
But I just, you know, you keep it
because you don't want to taint
neutral. Because you don't see me, that's me thoughts. As a parent. I don't want to put these bad
you don't want to
thoughts.
taint them.
You know, now when you get grown up and you ask me, okay, I'm gonna give you the real look. It's this, that. Oh, and you seen it for yourself, but you was too young to realize what was going on.
Right.
It's a place and time for everything, but I said, I understand what you're saying. The child might have resentment because now he done spoke to the child. The child upstairs, back to the video, the child upstairs waiting for his McDonald's.
Right.
Because he know his daddy is bringing him this McDonald's. My daddy always bring me McDonald's. He has not let me down. My daddy know I'm hungry. He's going to bring me McDonald's.
Going somewhere with this one.
He don't know mama just threw McDonald's outside on the side of the road. So what is mama gonna go back upstairs and tell this child?
She can't lie.
She will lie.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. But she's going to. She's going to. She can't lie, but she's going to. Oh, your dad didn't come. And now you build discord between the child and the dad.
Right.
And that wasn't even what happened. And I remember a guy was telling me too, his dad told him, you'll understand later. Like he would ask why the mom and the dad didn't work out.
Right.
He said, son, you'll understand later. You'll understand later.
Right.
And then one day he had an epiphany.
He was understood later.
He said, Mom, I see why dad left you because of this, and that. You know, and then now some of the stories didn't add up. So then the mom had felt bad and she cried and she ended up telling the truth. Well, it wasn't your dad, it was me because I believed in this and I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that.
You played a part.
Right. And then he had to rebuild from that because all the years he was tainted based upon what he thought the mom was right. But then that wasn't the reality of the situation. So, yeah. What you got for it? You got some more?
I want to know what she going to tell the boy.
Right.
You know, because she's not going to go upstairs and be like, yeah, I threw your food on the side of the road.
She not.
Because as a mom.
She going to be the bad. She don't want to be the bad guy.
Walking up them stairs, that's that walk of shame. You like, I can't believe I just threw this, man. Them fries smell fresh. She mad because you know, going to pick up the food, you want to dip in the fry bag too.
Facts.
But it looked like she only threw the burger and she kept the fry. But I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to be no problem starter. But
she did in the bad. I did hear the bad move. Yeah.
All I'm saying, I don't know if it was a play, if it was a skit. I don't know if it's real.
Right.
Because he was kind of cracking jokes, you know, and I was laughing. I mean, but
yeah,
it's a sad situation. I'm not gonna say it's wrong on his part. It's no wrongs on his part. I'm not gonna say that because he's taking care of his responsibility.
I agree.
Them other kids are not his responsibility.
I agree.
You know, but as I said, as a mother, she could have reached out to him. Hey, I know Lil Tony just called you and asked, can you bring some McDonald's? Do you think it's a problem if, you know, you could get a 20-piece nuggets instead of getting the burger this time? You know, not asking for 3-4 separate meals. Yeah,
come on, man. You're doing the most.
You're overdoing it, man.
Yeah.
That's an extra $30, extra $40.
Come on.
If you smoke, you know, that's like a 3-5 or better. But
right.
I don't do that type of stuff, you know. But
on camera.
Right. But
so yeah.
It's a lot going on in that video. I hope them children eat though.
Facts. I hope the 11 passed already, so hopefully they ate.
Listen, she sound like she getting ready to sell them stamps.
And
like
then,
she already got a bid.
Right. She already got to play with it.
She already got to play. That's why she waiting.
But it's crazy to me. She said to me that it happens frequently. You always just bring your child something So you're telling me this is a continuous thing
that he's taking care of his child. That's all I'm hearing.
It's a continuous thing that he has to bring food to the child.
I hear that too, but
That's
all I'm hearing is
me.
just a continuous thing that I'm coming here to take care of my child.
That's crazy. Well, that's a good thing,
Yeah.
I would say. But I'm talking about when it's looking at the angle of the mom. You
But,
know,
as I said, then again, I don't know their background. That might be the only time that he comes over there to drop off McDonald's, and he never sees the child, but he feels him dropping off this McDonald's every other day is enough. So
to make sure my child eats, but
Right,
based upon what she is saying, and I only go off of what they say.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
She's
build the
saying
story off of what she's saying.
every other day he coming over here dropping off one meal or whatever.
But I have to wait till the 11th.
Yeah, but
Then
I'm not. I
I
didn't hear him say anything about, well, when it's my week, you don't help him, or when I pick him up, he don't this, that, that. I ain't hear none of that. I just heard, just send him down, let him eat the meat. That's why I say I don't know they dynamic. I don't know if that's all he does. All he does might be that drop off the McDonald's. So she's showing like, hey, this is all he does. He doesn't get him. He doesn't take him nowhere.
I think she would have said that.
I don't
know. She would have said that, but the contest is of food, right? So we're talking about food, and that's how I'm looking at it. Just the food concept, the food content. If your child has to constantly be fed by the dad, what are you doing? You get what I'm saying? If you always got to wait till the 11th, what are you doing?
How fast is them food stamps running?
You get what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it. Now, playing it outside of that, I don't know. You're right. He probably don't pick him up. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta play a little devil advocate. Gotta look at
yeah. But when I look at the situation, I'm only looking at it at the context of, food. Now it's sad that if you getting food stamps, that means you're getting enough money to feed 4 kids,
right?
Plus yourself.
And I know how much food stamps gives y'all. That sounds like a stack to me,
right? And so you have enough to supply for the whole month. Why are you running out of food?
That's why I said she gotta be selling them.
Well,
ain't no way,
right? So she can be doing that, but then consider what you're doing and what you're neglecting at that point. You're neglecting your child or your kids, not just the one. You're connecting. You are not supporting all 4 of your kids.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're trying to do, let's say, the play outside of that. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's in with my closing. I'm gonna let my dog close it out with his final thoughts before we actually close it out. So yeah, go ahead, bro.
I think they just need to work on their communication a little better.
Okay.
Stay off of social media, telephone. Y'all know each other in real life.
Facts.
He ain't nothing but a call away. Y'all work this out.
It seemed like it's just that. A call away.
A call away. That's all it takes. One call, one adult conversation. Not no little girl talk like you want to rah. Nah, let's keep this cordial and handle our business.
True. All right, so I'm your boy DP. I brought my dog Chan on. We Gemini Gemz. That's Geminis with the S, Gems with the Z. And what we do that, we drop them gems. All right, so yeah, T didn't make it today, but she'll be back soon. All right, so y'all take care. All right.